Stop stop doing all those lies.
What am I
Credit
lying
card
about?
scammers and fraud. What type of women do y'all be going for?
I mean, hey, that's not all women, right? But I don't know. I just, a lot of,
No, we like men who work.
a lot of women our age like men that have a not have a but can have but can possibly have a somewhat spontaneous lifestyle and kind of get their money fast, right?
That's a small demographic of women though. On average, women are dating men who make as much as them, if not higher.
Okay. Do you
What does
think
the
men
back
are
say? I think it's
prioritizing? Do you
I'm
think
sorry, what
men
does
are
it say?
prioritizing self improvement? Do you think a lot of men are prioritizing self improvement in 2023, Sky?
Oh, ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say yes because I don't really talk to a lot of men, even though they approach me. But I'm gonna give them a bit of a doubt and say yes. They should be focusing on themselves. I would want them to. That's the men I'm attracted to. So, ooh, you mean on average, the average man?
Yeah, I mean, and obviously you live where you live and you see
Hmm.
what you see, but even from, your anecdotal experience, your proximity,
Just off my experience.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess so. I know because like it's really hard. I can only go off my experience and my perspective of men and what I like or something. But the men that I be liking be focusing on them damn self. They're not out here on social media like you just said. They're working. They're in the gym. They're like
right,
I'm in the city. Like they're wearing blue collared. Like the men I live in the like they're out and about. They're focused on themselves. So I'm not even on dating apps or anything. Like I'm in the real world.
right. What else did he say? He said,
Only online. That's only social media. Like this stuff. It's like I don't take this shit seriously. I laugh and I get on, get off.
right. He said, I see why the ladies do something. Okay, but for men that aren't prioritizing like self improvement,
They're
um,
struggling.
but do you think women have any part to play in men that aren't prioritizing self improvement? Like, for example, if because I said this, there's men out here that aren't prioritizing self improvement, but they're still getting what they want out of women. So
Yeah.
right. So if they're still getting what they want out of women without, having to have certain things in order, do you think that that's incentivizing, those specific men to like want to do better, or they're gonna like, keep on trying to get by as long as they can?
I do agree. If like when we do have the power, like to change the standard, like men, they're getting whatever they can at this moment, right?
Right.
Um, but I feel like to each other's own. A man has it's his own fault, depending on his ambition or whatever and his drive. It's up to that each individual. I hope I'm not keeping it sugar coated. I hope I answered that question. Unless you can re-ask me again, because it's kind of
No,
late.
I understand. I
But I
understand.
okay, okay.
But my like you said, um, I mean, woman can change the standard,
Yeah,
and
we can, all of us, if we
yeah,
keep. I love most women stay celibate, and I'm not even religious. I'm spiritual, but if most women like, how many people in here? Only six. Okay, good. Okay, so if most women would like stop sleeping with the dude so quickly and actually get to know him and vet him and get to know him. I'm not saying wait 90 days because I don't believe in that at all. But the standard would change a lot. Like it really would. Like men would really like step it up. Cause I'm like, who is letting the man do this to them? Like they're the bare minimum. Like there's somebody out there putting up with it. But women, we have the power to change it, and the man too. And that's why I feel like most men need more mentorships and more guys and to communicate and talk to, express their feelings so they can grow as an individual.
do you think that women that are accepting the quote unquote bare minimum from men, do you think a lot of these women are I don't want to call them low level
Pygmies?
lackluster women, but
Yeah.
essentially do you think a lot of these women are in that same boat?
Yes. The pick Mishas, the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, I talked to them on here. They hate me. The pick Mishas, the bottom of the barrel. Yes, they are the reason why things are shitty as hell. And I'm not putting the blame on all women. I take accountability on both sides, men and women. Um, but yeah, like why things are. Are you talking about just dating in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, two can play that game. I don't participate in hookup culture, like not anymore. Like that hookup culture do not benefit women whatsoever. It only benefits the man because men can sleep around, they can get whatever they want. Women, we want other things outside of sex, right? Like time, attention, investment. Like we want more, you know? We can sleep what we want to, but it only benefits the man. So I feel like that woman accepting the bare minimum is letting that man get to think that okay, well, all women are like this when it's not even the case, you know. So more and more men are going out and just putting in lack of effort, you know. When it comes to that woman that he meets, he's like, damn, she requires more than that bare pick me shit girl, and he's gonna go harder for her. So that's just my 2 cents.
Right. Someone in the comments said they want you to explain what pygmishas are, please.
Yeah, so a pick Misha is a woman that is willing to accept the bare minimum and a male's validation to put down a woman's. So she's willing to do whatever it takes to get picked by that man, putting down all women in general, just willing to accept the bare minimum in order for a male's validation. Instead of taking accountability on both sides. I believe in accountability. I'm a Libra, so I'm a justice scale for men and women. But she's only putting down women for the male satisfaction, and that woman is never picked. For example, just pearly things. She will be considered a pick Nisha, even though she's white. But they would consider her. She has not been picked by that man whatsoever, and the men do not want her. They usually go after the woman they cannot get, except for that. You know how the nice guy? She's like that nice girl that's never gonna get picked at the end. Our pick me is 3 or 4. They can be, but they're not. It's separate.
So essentially, if I and correct me if I'm wrong, but essentially, women that kind of uh put down other women to like uplift men.
Yeah, you're looking for the male validation. Like, yes,
Okay.
king, yes, queen. You're all front and center, and it's like, bro, he's not even looking at you. He's not gonna pick you. Like, you're so thirsty. Like, he don't want you. Usually, men want women they cannot have. They're gonna go harder for that girl. Men don't want things that are easy to available. Like, you guys are naturally biology hunters, so you're gonna want that woman you cannot have. So that pick Nisha doing whatever she can to get that man satisfaction, just like the nice guy, like that, right? Like that front and center girl that's too available, you're not gonna want her. You're gonna want that woman that's focused on herself within her femininity. Like that's what that is. I hope you understand.
I understand what you're saying. So
Nobody want her.
if you if you think that a lot of men um go after women that they can't have or want
Yes.
women that they can't have, do you also think that a lot of women want men that they most likely will never ever have an opportunity to be with?
Yes and no, because it's so different between men and women. We are different. We're not equals, we're different. It's okay to say that. The thing is with women, we have the opportunity to get it. Like that's the thing with men and women, we're so different because a man will not have the same opportunity of smashing his celebrity crush versus a woman. She can get your favorite rapper, she can get your favorite politician, she can get the
Hmm.
door next door. We have the opportunity because the men are always pursuing us. So that's the difference between men and women. She can dream all she wants to with her kind of man and the credibility and all that, but usually she's gonna have a better chance than that man, if that makes sense. The
Yeah,
beginning
I
end.
understand what
So
you're
that's
saying,
why
but
you be mad at the girls at Walmart. I be getting on you about it because men do not care about a woman's career nor money. So men have no problem building that woman up and taking her. That's the difference between men and women. We're so different, but yet we're the same.
it's again, it's one thing to be able to be with someone sexually.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
know.
I'm well aware that women can be with a lot of men that they even want to be with sexually, but to actually be taken serious, to actually be made into a girlfriend or made into a
Mm-hmm.
wife, I think a lot of women are well aware that a lot of men that they would respect, that they would appreciate, that they do deem to be, quote unquote, high value men. I think they're well aware that, A lot of these men are way out of the league, if you will, and they won't ever be taken serious by certain caliber of men. I honestly think that.
I agree with you. I'm actually agreeing with the man. Okay. That's why some women that like do accept the bare minimum are willing to be side chicks or side pieces. Because if he makes a lot of money, he has more options. Same thing as an attractive
Right.
woman or an attractive man. It's so funny how you said that. Because the more attractive the man is, the more options he may have. Like this guy in my building is so fine. I'm like, damn. But I automatically stop myself from, making a move. But I've said hi, but he's so attractive. I assume he has a girl. We automatically assume that man is off the market because how attractive. So the more valuable, the more taller he is, the more access to more, women. So that are some women that will accept the bare minimum. Because we know men have two categories. Either you're the girlfriend or you're just the hookup. That's it.
So why do you think um why do you believe in like if I said that a lot of women um are attracted to and want to be in relationships with men that they know have, substantial options when it comes to women, you would you agree, would you agree with me on that?
I'm sorry, can you say that
Like,
one more time?
yeah, so obviously, you talked about physical attraction being one thing, but just a man being accomplished and successful, that's going to open a lot more doors for him in life in
Yeah.
general, but it's also going to give him options to a lot more women. So what I'm saying is I know I was gonna say I think, but I know a lot of times um women have, like told you this before, women have men that are readily available for them and more than suitable for them, but they overlook those men
Yeah.
because of the man that they want in their head, and they know they don't even deserve that man because they know they don't deserve anything in life. They deserve what they
Wait.
earn,
Okay. Why
but
you say deserve? Why you say it like that? Why do you say
because
deserve?
there's
Like
a
what type
there's a
of
lot
woman are you talking about? That's what I'm trying to
there's
free.
there's a lot of women out here that think simply because they want something that they deserve it. They don't think that they
Okay.
have to put in any work to like earn
Oh, okay,
something it is
okay,
that they
okay.
want. So
Meaning,
simply because they want a man, they think that they deserve him.
oh,
So
okay.
there's a lot of women that are looking over men that are readily available for them and more than suitable for them simply because they want a man, or they think they deserve a man that all the other girls like, and that is the most accomplished and the most successful
Yes. I
man.
see. You mean will she fit his type of standards or criteria, what he's looking for? So not being realistic. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Okay, so she's overlooking all the good guys that's lined up to take her, but she wants that specific dime in a dozen. But does she fit that dime? That's what you're trying to say, correct?
basically.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of women do overlook that for sure. We do. We get in the way of ourselves, and that's just human nature. And I'm not even trying to say all people, but it is women, men and women. We are greedy by nature. We want the best of the best. Like for example,
Right.
if you had 1,000 women lined up and you get whatever you want, why would you stop when you know you can get better, even though you got
Right.
it? Right now you may not have it. I don't know your circumstances, but later you may get it in your prime. So you will get that. Men will once they work on themselves, like we notice you, like trust and believe. We notice you. We want you so bad. We will come to you. Like I make the first move. We do. But you gotta be that man. I hope that answered that.
No, I hear you.
You gotta be that man. And just people on social media, you can't really get caught up on this internet stuff. Like in the real world, I'm telling you, women, we are out here making our move. We see you at the gym. I was just on a live earlier today, and they were like, is it predatory for a woman to go after a man for being a provider? Or sir, I think that was crazy. But no, women, like we hunt too. We got our own hunt skills out here. Like we want that man. We do want him too as well. So you're saying they're all waiting at the finish line? Not necessarily. It depends the type of woman.
Necessarily.
You funny. It depending what type of woman you are going after. Like each, woman has their own goals and stuff like that and what she's looking for. But is all every woman
Yeah,
realistic?
but
No, we're all
at
not realistic when it comes to our goals. Because someone told me this, and I'll shut up after this. Are you your type's type? And that got me look in the mirror and reevaluate myself. Like, damn, are you your type's type? Do you look exactly how you want your partner, to find you? That made me look myself in the mirror and like see where I fall in line.
my thing is, like you said, a lot of humans want the best of the best, but
Yeah,
at the same time, while a lot of humans do want the best of the best, a lot of humans don't also want to put in the work that's required to
agreed.
get the best of the best.
No, yeah, we
So
don't.
that's why you have women talking about they love using this word settle. It's like, a lot of women say that they're not going to settle, and you've heard me say this before as well. There's a lot of women talking about they're not going to settle, but they're also not attracting the caliber of man it is that they want either. So it's like you can't say that you're not settling. And also at the end of the day, um at the and also at the end of the day, it's like nobody, man or woman, is settling out here. Like everyone is getting what they deserve at the end of the day. So like,
I agree with
um,
you. I
the
agree.
social circles that people are running in, there's a reason that they're in the social circles that they're in. Like, um, so women that are dating average and below average men, and that's all they have, is they're it's most likely because they're average and below average women.
I know what you're
Men
talking
that are
about.
unsatisfied with the options that they have when it comes to women, you know, if they don't do the work on themselves, it's like when I say men need to do the work on themselves to get the things that they want, a lot of you women like completely understand me. But when I say the opposite, it's like, oh, you're telling women to lower their standards and this, that, and the third. Like people need to start like really like tapping into real life. Like you can want whatever you want, but is that what you're getting in real life? Are those the results that you actually getting?
No, I feel you. I understand you exactly where you're coming from. A lot of women, we are told that we are princesses. When you grow up, you're Prince Charming, but we know life isn't a fairy tale. We're just going off of our experiences. So we have a man telling us, "Oh, you can get whatever it is," and we're looking at him like, "Boy, bye." Based off my experience, I have so many men lined up or trying to talk to me. I'm not trying to hear you. So when you say that, it's like, ugh, yeah, right, but we know it's not going to be like this forever. But I do agree with you when it comes to social circles and where you put yourself in and doing the work on yourself, and being young and beautiful, you can use that to your advantage. I hope I understand where you're trying to come from. Like you're getting what you deserve. Like if you're an average woman, you may end up marrying an average man, and that's okay, because that's where you are in life. So it's okay to have all these dreams and stuff like that, but the average woman can get him if she puts that work in and moving socially better and dressing better and putting herself in better environments and moving in better neighborhoods. She's
Right.
more likely to climb up if she puts the work in herself.
Right, but that all of those things that you just said, all of that is all of that is like, putting in that required work.
Yeah, there are women out here doing it. I don't know your For You page. I don't know it, but my For You page is different than yours. And, everyone has their own different perspective and whoever they surround themselves with. I keep hearing about the city girls and this girl. I'm like, that's like a small portion of women, and I'm seeing on the internet versus real life women. And it's okay to be average. It really is. It's okay to be average. Not everyone's going to make 100K a year.
This is my thing though. Even like, women that's our age and they're quote unquote in their prime. What's up, gang? We got gang in the building. At the end of the day, Sky, even a lot of these women that, are quote unquote in their prime,
Hmm.
like and I say this, and this hurts a lot of like women's feelings on here, but it's the truth. Like a lot of women do not get like taken serious for relationships.
Oh, we
Okay,
know.
so like even women that are young right now and they're looking their
Mm-hmm.
best and they're in their prime, they have a lot of men that want to jump their bones. They don't have a lot of men that actually want to be in relationships with them. And
Yeah.
that's a tough pill, that's a tough pill for a lot of women to swallow. And that's a delusion. That's something that you guys know to be true, but you guys trick yourselves into believing otherwise, and it's a delusion that a lot of women fight every day. But y'all know that y'all know that y'all don't have a lot of men that are pursuing you for serious relationships. You got a lot of men that want to get in your pants, but not for actual relationships, not at all.
Yeah, I can understand and see your point where you're coming from, but there are, I don't know, like I said, I know your For You page and how your it is, but there are a lot of women waking up how men move, and that's why the dating industry is changing a lot, and that's why dating is so hard because we're all being straight up. What are your intentions? Like, we need to vet better. What are we looking for? So that's why men and women, there's a lot of discussions on these lives, on this. I don't consider this a gender war. I consider this a discussion of what each sex is looking for in a partner. So that's what I'm trying to say. And I see where you're coming from because I know men have two. For me, that's what I believe in. Is either you're the girlfriend or you're just a hookup, and that's it. So women are talking more and more, and things are changing. But I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, my whole thing is like, like y'all be thinking y'all have options. It's like what do you really have options for? Like again, do you have options? Do you have men that actually want to make you a girlfriend and possibly make you a wife one day, or do you have a lot of options of men that want to like
Every woman's
jump your
different.
bones? Like
Yeah.
y'all know when y'all wake up, like when you wake up tomorrow, and it's some dude from middle of nowhere, America, hitting you up and telling you how good you look. He doesn't know you, so he never had a conversation with you before. So I'm sure you're aware that he actually doesn't like you or care about you as a person. It's not like he wants to pursue a relationship with you. Like he just want to see, if he can, because you got to think about it. We live in a day and age now where girls is catching flights. Girls is catching
Yeah.
flights to go get piped down. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's a lot of stuff going on out here.
Yeah, but that's like social media. That's social media, and like that's not the
That's real life.
majority though. But that's not the majority though. Noble, it's not. It's not real life. It's not like the rapper and all that stuff. And I don't even be looking at that stuff on celebrity culture.
Passport girls for sure.
Yeah, there
Not
are
even
girls being
passport
flown
girls.
out,
They
but
get
that's
they
like a
they getting flown out domestically.
yeah, they are. They are. But that's a small minority of women that's accepting those flights and taking those opportunities when the
Yeah,
world
I can agree with you on that.
yeah.
I'm not gonna listen. I'm not trying to exacerbate it and make
Yeah,
it
I
seem
understand what
like
you're
it's
trying to say.
majority of women because I don't think majority of women are doing stuff
Hell
like that.
no. We smart to
But
get
I
around you then.
definitely believe that majority of women think they not even think because again they know like the stuff that I say on here. A lot of women know like it's facts. Like they know they don't have a lot of options when it
Yeah,
comes to serious relationships. Like
I
like
agree.
I've been saying this recently. Like a lot of y'all have a phone full of men, whether it's numbers, whether it's men in your DMs on social media. Y'all got a phone full of men that don't want anything serious to do with y'all at all.
Yeah, we know. We know. So they're just playing their cards or doing whatever they can dealt with. Each woman is different. Every woman, I've seen the average woman. The average woman isn't a supermodel, like, but we still pull. Like, I've seen
Right.
the
You
average
pull because you
woman.
got a vagina.
Yeah, okay, thank you. We know men's are all about looks, but we still pull. So that average woman is gonna have a big ego. She's gonna have, she can turn her head to the best
Right.
of the pick of the litter because it's natural selection, Like it's also biology. I can even go into science, which I'm not. We're gonna pick the best leader. We're gonna pick the best hunter who can, build a home with or life with, And it's just nature. And some women are just having fun. That's all.
Some women are just having fun because that's the only option that they have. Like
Yeah.
Supervillain said in the
Mhm.
comments, he said a small minority get those options as well, and that's essentially what I'm saying. So we can say like, oh, a lot of women are just choosing to have fun. A lot of women don't have any other option but to have quote unquote have fun because they don't have like men of value, men that have anything positive and productive going on in their life, pursuing them for anything serious. And
Mm.
what's different between a lot of men and women is, a lot of men will like accept the fact that they need to self improve and do better to get different outcomes and change their circumstances. But for women, and especially on this app, but just in life in general, they will blame it on the dating market. They will say it's men. They'll have their girlfriends lie to them and tell them that it's not them. It's it's other factors that be, and it's like, no, it's you at the end of the day.
Yes, I agree with this different sexes. Men and women, we are definitely cuddled differently. Because with men, you guys are told exactly how it is. Like I remember I talked to you before in the past about your delivery. I'm like, damn, your delivery's so rough. But no, you're just talking. Women, we
Right.
are told we have a different perspective way of communicating, and we're just gentle with it. And I understand where you're coming from. I see it. But yeah, like some women are gonna get a rude awakening of just it's just life, you know? It's just it is what it is. Some women have that pick of the litter. And I've seen like I have pretty privilege, I can admit that. And there are women who don't have pretty privilege that I've talked to who have a harder, you know, if you're
Right.
unattractive, if you're unfit, if you if are you know, not even shy, but I've talked to women like that and they realize, oh, I don't have the same experiences you have, it's going to be harder for me, or I'm going to have to go through the rough because I'm not getting the same outcome as you as far as equations, so they're going to have to put in more work. In each hand is dealt differently, and it's called life. Is it fair? No. Is it equal? Hell no.
So let me ask you this. Supervillain said, "Thing is, Noble, once you're near the finish line of self improvement, you don't want to commit." This is my thing, Supervillain. I'll just say, and you're older than me, but you remember, shoot, maybe when you were in my shoes or just getting out of college and things of that nature. You've seen yourself progress. You've made more money, so you've seen how the like right now, like for like women that are Sky and I's age and look good like Sky and stuff, like the world is their oyster. As
Yeah,
a man, the more accomplished and successful you become, the world becomes your oyster.
you have to build your value as a man. You have to.
Yeah,
Women are kind
so
of born with it. We're born with it.
right. So I say that to say, Suville, and so like you're like I said, the world becomes your oyster. So your options open up, your like the possibilities and the opportunities are endless. So it makes it kind of harder to commit now because you just have all these opportunities that you never had before and that you never ever were going to have if you didn't work to get yourself to the position that you in right now. So yeah, that's how it goes though. But Sky, what I was gonna say to you is, um, don't you think women that actually are like more attractive, and obviously men are gonna be men at the end of the day, and a woman's gonna put up and allow what she allows, and she's gonna put up what she's going to put up with what she puts up with. But don't you think the more attractive woman, don't you think,
The harder it
um,
is, yes.
yeah,
I know
because
where you're
you
coming from. I faced this too as well.
right,
And
because you
it's
have
not
more,
like a
you're getting more
struggle.
attention from a lot of men.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm not gonna talk about it's a survival struggle. You know, it's not. It's fucking dope having privilege. Being pretty, you have more access to better jobs, lifestyle. It's amazing, you know, and you gotta uphold your beauty, you know, like hitting the gym and working out and taking care of yourself, a better wardrobe, a routine. But just because you get attention doesn't mean it's always good. It's you're
Exactly.
drawn in also negativity. When you're
Right.
attractive and you're pretty with a personality, there's a lot of guys that just want to hook up, which we know. So you gotta filter, and it's a long vetting process, you know. But I'd rather be seen than unseen because there are women who aren't conventionally attractive, have it harder, and they're not seen, and they're man. I've heard some stories where I'm like, damn, they never had a man pay a bill for them, open the door for them, or they went on a date and that man is already eating on the date before. And I'm like, wow, that's never happened to me. It's a privilege.
No,
It is.
100.
There are some ugly girl
100%.
stories out here where they never ever been looked at. They gotta be the fat friend. They gotta stay at home, or they gotta hold the bags, or they got, they're ugly
Yep.
Betty. I'm like, damn, like really, not every woman's getting the same treatment as me. No, you're not, and that's life. It's just how the cards are dealt with. Like, do I think 100% perfect? No, I'm not. I wish I can upgrade myself to be the best version I can be, but I gotta work what I got. As a black woman, there's a spectrum when it comes to beauty. There is a spectrum, and I battle it every day. Is it a struggle? No, but I have the privilege. That's what I'm trying to say. So I got to work what I got.
Um, and that's the thing though. I mean, like an accomplished, successful fat man, like a really like just fat, like super out of shape man. He may not even be the most physically attractive man, like even in the face or anything.
He can
But the
pull.
fact that he's accomplished, successful, and he has money, he's still gonna have his pick of the litter when it comes to women.
Yes.
Like a woman that like I always like I've said this before to you too. Like, bro, the way men operate, like if a man doesn't find most men, if they don't find a woman to be physically attractive, it's not like learning what her career is or what her profession is gonna make them attracted to her now. Like if a man don't find a woman attractive,
Oh
it's not
yeah.
like somebody could say like, "Oh, she's a lawyer or she's a nurse
They don't
or she's a
care.
this," and then they're like, "Oh, okay, well actually I like her now." Like, no, it don't work like that.
Yeah. Men don't care. I talk to women about this too. Like, men don't care about your career or your money. If he cares about your career and money, he's broke. He is broke. I used to wonder that too. Like, why not? Why don't? Because it doesn't benefit the man. You already know in the
Right.
relationship at all. So yeah, like if she's unattractive, and women, we have the power to change that. Like, that's the beauty of being a woman. We can change that. And there's some women that don't want to put the work in. So I know where you're coming from. I see both sides.
So we're gonna say it'll cost them extra, but that's
Yeah, they
true.
don't want to do
Yeah.
the work, and they wonder why, why men don't look at them. Like, I can't call out another creator I've seen on here, but she hosts lives and she wonders. I get a lot of attention, and when she says she hasn't got attention in a long time from men, and she wonders why her attitude. She's very masculine, how she carries herself. She's very attractive, but she has very masculine energy. She's been hurt in the past. She's been burnt. She's an older woman. She has a little place of delusion. She wears her career on her shoulder, so that could turn a lot of men off. I have not said that to her, but I've noticed that by talking to her.
Yeah. So for you personally, um, so you know, because you said you are someone that'll, you'll like express your interest in a man if you have any interest in him for whatever the reason, may be. But for you personally, how do you decide like, who you're even going to like give the time of day to, like who you're gonna entertain and even see what they're like, about.
Oh,
So
it's
if
easy.
if a random dude, if 10 random dudes DM you tomorrow, how do you personally go about deciding like who you're gonna actually maybe respond to?
Oh, first of all, I'm like the social media and the dating apps. I'm off that. It's kind of hard. I wish you were using real life scenarios, because I live literally in the city. I'm approached every day by men. I can filter them out very quickly. I can tell by a man. I prefer in person, honestly, Noble. I really do. But online, it's kind of hard to be taken seriously, because any man can slide in your DM. He could be trolling you. He could just want to hook up, or he just want to work with you. So I don't really take social media too seriously. If a guy want to slide my Instagram DMs, I would preferably in person, in person, because you get so much charisma from a man. His energy, how he carries himself, how he smells, his confidence, how he talks to me, his eye contact, like his body language. I read so much in a man. Like, there's a lot I look for in a man that social media can hinder, because it's fake. It's online. Guys can, most guys are easy to download a dating app or something, because it's always easy to talk to women. But a lot of men cannot hold conversations in person. I can easily read you. I can tell a man from a boy very quickly how you carry yourself in person. I don't know. Maybe it's a
Well,
people thing.
I personally think, I think a lot of, and I'll say in our generation, I think a lot of men and women, young men and women in our generation, don't have the best interpersonal skills, don't have the best social skills because of social media. Like,
Yeah, that.
because when our parents were our age, they, and even especially, let me not even say our parents, but our grandparents, there was a point in time where people really had to go outside, and
Exactly.
people really had to, like, really walk up to each other and communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like, we're talking to people from not just all over the country, but from all over the world, and we have access to people all over the world. Like,
I agree.
you can see the guys that are in Chicago, you can see the guys that are in Minneapolis,
Yeah.
you can see guys that are in Ohio, and vice versa. And you can talk to and build relationships with all these different people. So it's like when people don't have to go outside and they can meet people and have conversations with them, it's gonna make it kind of hard for, like, people. It's gonna be make it kind of hard for some people to even think about developing some of those skills.
Yeah, that's where they messing up. That's where you lacking. I challenged myself to get off dating apps and actually go outside and get a freaking hobby. I have hobbies. I have a personality. I don't. Social media doesn't define me. Yes, it's fun to come on here and take pictures and stuff like that. But I actually have a hobby and a personality. I know how to talk to people. So the more you are investing in self loving yourself, the more people are gonna attract to you. Like I attract men and women, like not to, boost my ego. I attract women too. They talk to me. They're like, "Oh, you're attractive. You're beautiful. Well, who are you?" By going outside, getting a hobby, invest in yourself, spiritually, physically. Like, you got to work on yourself as a woman. You got to maintain your looks. You got to, like, really talk to people for real. And, like, social media is great, you know? And I know I have the potential to meet my partner. Like, he can see me on here. Like, that's cool. Like, cool. But, like, preferably, I would want it in person. Like, how our parents met, for sure. I would want it like that, organically, naturally. Like, that's how I would want it. But if the universe will give it to me, like, hey, he saw you, cool.
So okay, so me personally, you don't know, you say you do actually like to be cold approach, but I don't think, again, because of the way things are today,
Yeah,
and especially with, experiences that women are having with being cold approach and rejecting men. I don't think a lot of women actually like to be cold approached by men in 2023.
I
Um,
agree. But
and
I
and
wish men got to keep doing. I feel like men should, and I'm so sorry that I'm not even trying to sound like a pick Misha, but no, I think men should still keep approaching women. It's just respectfully approaching. Just know, pick up the social cues, and that's where men are falling at. Falling is the social cues. When to talk to women, how to talk to women, how to give it her space. We need more conversations like this. Women, we like being approached. It's the type of man that's
no, y'all don't.
approaching us. That's what it is. You hear me? Because women, we will move the goalposts for that dude. We will, if he's that man. We like, damn, he fine. We want to get approached by him. But if he's not meeting a certain criteria, we're gonna be like, eh. But women, we
Okay,
want to be approached. Sorry for
okay.
talking
So
more.
listen, so listen. As a man, and that's what I'm gonna kind of allude to, that last thing that you said.
Yep.
It is 2023. You have Me Too going on. We are literally, exactly, supervillain. That's what I'm about to get to it. It's nothing that I haven't said before. We are living in a day and age to, like, if a woman finds a man to be unattractive, and he was the cold approacher, she there's a lot of women out here that'll categorize that man as creepy. They'll categorize him as weird. They just, because they don't find him to, like, be physically attractive, so they just not interested
Yeah.
at all to start off with. But there's also men out here that when they ask women for their numbers, even if a woman was to give a man, like, her number, there's men that are calling the number to make sure that it's actually their number. There's men that are just, they get physically, like, aggressive and violent when women, like, reject them. So because of all these experiences, there are a lot of women that do not like and do not want to be cold approached by just any random men. But like you said, if it is a man that they do deem to be physically attractive, or they just like him for whatever reason, then it's not a problem. But with that being said, and I'm gonna be quiet. With that being said, we can't try to say like if it's God that I like, then it's okay. So then
I didn't say
that
that.
let's make it seem like okay, like women do actually like to be cold approached, like they don't. And with social media, you can you can like if somebody DM you or whatever, you can go on his profile, you can
Hmm.
see how he looks, you can see what he's giving on his social media. You can reply if you do want to reply to him. You can reply to him whenever you want to. You can block him if you want to. Like the card, like the you really hold the cards,
We
and you
do.
feel more safe and comfortable that way. So a lot of women do not like to be cold approached by men.
I understand that. I'm a woman. I get approached every day from attractive men and unattractive men. Even the hobo and a homeless man be approaching me, but I'm still respectful. But no, like I said from the beginning, it's the social cues. A lot of men do not know about boundaries. When they approach women, they get too close, or they get, women can automatically be we're on defense mode for our safety because we're smaller, we're petiter than you guys. You guys are taller and bigger physically, scientifically. But women, of course, when it comes to attractiveness, the more attractive you are, she's gonna give you that attention. But if the more unattractive you are, she isn't. But even it just goes off of social cues on how that man conducts himself in person. I get approached every day by ugly men too as well, and I'm still respectful and keep them pushing. And I know women are only saying or give out their number in order to be nice because it's safety. That's the main reason why. And going back to social media to in your point, it's safety. It's a safety net. That's why men are so comfortable with sliding DMs. It's easier. It's safer. Where the woman can reply if she's interested based off physical attraction.
Right. And I'm gonna say one more thing, and then Science Bay can speak. But I also don't think like you know there's a lot of new different technology and just developments in general. Like people need to evolve with the time. So I understand you saying that. Oh, you're entitled to have whatever preference that you want to have. So like you said, you would rather meet a guy in person because you can just feel out a lot of other things that you can't feel out on social media, and I understand that. But at the same time, not all men and not all women are faking and flogging on social media either. Like there's a lot of men and
I
women
know.
that are real life accomplished, real life successful on social media, and they are good people. And like I'm just someone I always say like you really have to like tap in with someone to like really get to know them and see what they're about. Like you can't really, a lot of people would like to think that they can just gauge a person by their content or whatever, but people are content creators. Like people like have different niches and stuff like that, but a lot of people have a lot more depth to them than like that people will never see and never know unless they actually have like a conversation with them. So
I
I'm
understand, and I feel like we already have a conversation right now, and I'm not gonna talk too much because I know she just joined. That's why TikTok Live is so it's kind of closer to give you that human experience because you can
right,
hear your voice, I can feel you out, I can hear your tone.
right,
It gives you that human interaction. That's
right,
where the social media is kind of lacking. Whereas TikTok is kind of popping right now versus Instagram because you get that human interaction. We
right.
get to talk, we get to discuss, like being on the phone. That's where you get drawing that inch of getting to know someone.
Yeah, 100%. That's why a lot of girls like Noble. Anyways, Science
Yeah,
Bay.
right.
That's good.
He said girls like no. He's, oh my god, you're so funny. Hi, Noble.